Release date, January 28, 2022. Morbius the Living Vampire will become the second Spider-Man villain to get his own movie. Directed by Daniel Espinosa, Morbius stars Jared Leto as a terminally ill scientist who accidentally transforms himself into a monster with a vampire-like hunger for human blood. Release date, May 6, 2022. Following the events of Avengers, Endgame, WandaVision, 2021 and the first season of Loki, 2021, Dr. Stephen Strange's continuing research on the Time Stone is hindered by a friend-turned-enemy, resulting in Strange unleashing unspeakable evil. Sam Raimi is taking over as director. Release date, May 20, 2022. DC League of Super Pets directed by Jared Stern and Sam Levine. The film is expected to focus on super-powered animal sidekicks from DC Comics, such as Crypto the Super Dog, Streaky the Super Cat, Comet the Super Horse, Beppo the Super Monkey, and more. Dwayne Johnson, Kevin Hart, and Mark Maron will join this movie to take part as voice actors. Release date, October 7, 2022. This will be the second edition of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and similar to the first movie, it will include multiple versions of the web-slinger, with one of the new additions being the main character from the late 1970s Japanese Spider-Man series. Release date November 4, 2022. The Flash is based on the DC Comics crossover. In The Flash, Alan travels back in time to prevent his mother's murder, which brings unintended consequences. Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck are set to reprise their roles as Batman. The film is directed by Andy Muschietti from a screenplay by Christina Hodson and stars Ezra Miller as Barry Allen. Release date, July 8, 2022. Taika Waititi will write and direct this fourth edition of Thor franchise. Chris Hemsworth is of course back as Thor, with Tessa Thompson returning as Valkyrie and Natalie Portman properly reprising the role of Jane Foster for the first time since Thor: The Dark World. In Thor: Love and Thunder, Jane is set to become Thor's female counterpart. Two new characters joining the fight: Zeus and Gore the God Butcher. Release date, July 29, 2022. Black Adam, intended to be a spin-off from Shazam 2019 and the 11th film in the DC Extended Universe. Directed by John Collet-Serra from A Screen Story and screenplay by Adam Stickle. Dwayne Johnson is the titular character alongside Noah Centineo, Aldous Hodge, Sarah Shahi, Quintessa Swindell, and Pierce Brosnan will perform in the movie. Release date, December 16, 2022. This will be the DC's another blockbuster after the Batman and Superman movies. Whatever its story will entail, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom will bring back Patrick Wilson's Ocean Master, but not as the main villain, and Yahya Abdul-Mateen II's Black Manta. Film will be directed by James Wan from a screenplay written by David Leslie Johnson McGoldrick and stars Jason Momoa. Release date, November 11, 2022. 4 years after the first movie, Marvel will release the highly anticipated Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Due to the death of the first movie's star, Chadwick Boseman, the sequel is expected to focus instead on the other characters that live in Wakanda rather than solely on the Black Panther. Movie will be directed by the Ryan Coogler and stars Lupita Nyong'o, Danai Gurira, Martin Freeman, Letitia Wright, Winston Duke, Angela Bassett, and Dominique Thorne. Release date, March 4, 2022. The Caped Crusader's first solo adventure since Christian Bale's Batman days ended with The Dark Knight Rises in 2012. This new big-screen adaptation of Bruce Wayne's story will introduce audiences to Robert Pattinson's Batman. In a movie that will explore the detective aspects of the character more so than other films, Batman will be going up against the Riddler and other villains. Catwoman will also appear in the film. The film is directed by Matt Reeves, who wrote the screenplay with Peter Craig.